Hello, here we are again on a fantastic day, on a hot and sunny, clear summer evening. 5 o'clock just turned on Monday. It's absolutely beautiful, clear sky, pitch is nice and green. Like I said, just turned 5 o'clock. LD team are training at 6, but if you know anything about me, I'm always here first. Get here about an hour early just to check out the pitch, make sure it's clear, safe to use, there's nothing on it that shouldn't be. Set out the pitch, set out the drills, get the balls pumped up, whatnot, just have a minute to myself and do a little video if I've got anything to say, which is not very often, but I thought I would today. With it being so nice. So I just wanted to touch on being part of Leigh Centurions, really. Don't really need to go over the history of how I got here and where I came from and where I coached before, but this is where I am now and it's absolutely amazing. Really inclusive club, really taken to the disability formats. Obviously we're concentrating on learning disability for this season and introducing the rest development teams from next year. All big things going on at the club. First team are having an absolutely storming season under Lammy. Never in doubt really, once they clicked. They keep churning out those performances, but just selfishly coming back to my team. I think the same can be said. We gelled really quickly. We're attracting new players almost weekly. I think about 3 new players coming down this evening. Lost one of our original players, George. He's been with us from the start, struggled a lot with confidence and anxiety and a lot of things like that, but he's been with us since January. Really came on, one of our star players, to be honest. And this is not a bad thing either. I know a lot of coaches want to keep the best players, and you know, I find that quite selfish really, because we're here to create opportunities and, you know, expand people's lives and make them better. And the fact is, George now wants to step away from LD rugby and wants to go and play mainstream, one of the local clubs down here at Leigh. He wants to give it a go, and I could not be more proud of him. What a fantastic achievement that is for himself, to gain all that confidence. You know, we've given him a lot of responsibility, budding him up with the players. You know, he's got a massive rugby knowledge, he's quick, you know, he's fast on his feet, he can think really quickly, and it'd be an absolute credit to any team. So, we've sent him off with our blessing. It's not it's a loss socially, and you know, was part of the team, but he'll absolutely kill it. But the thing is, with Learning Disability Rugby League and anything like this, and any of these teams, the doors are always open. We'll go and support. We've told him we'll find out when his first game is of contact at his new club, and we'll all go and support him. We'll go and watch. We'll go and cheer him on. Because once you're a Centurion, you're always a Centurion, and it's a big, big thing. So, as you could probably see, setting out little pitch for tonight. I'm going to work on a bit of stuff with the team, a bit of defensive stuff, moving around. But speaking of that, you know, the team that we've got and the mixed abilities and stuff, it's absolutely astounding. I mean, it's no surprise to me because I've experienced it before, but it does always still, you know, catch you off guard that you can bring a group of strangers together, you know, variety of different needs and abilities and disabilities, and after a while they start to gel, they start to find their own confidence, as George has done, and you know, he's trying his hand at contact, which is amazing. But they start to be a little bit more independent, and once that independence kind of grows and they're doing things for themselves, the next step's quite astonishing really. They know they can do it, they feel comfortable doing it, so they start looking sideways, and that's something I always coach and try to. It's not just rugby league, this is building people and you know, and attitudes and behaviours and stuff that they may have not been able to express before or didn't know about. So if we can be that level of role models, myself, Tom, everybody else here that helps out, that's where we're succeeding. And as I say, once that independence has grown and they start doing things for themselves and they start playing, knowing what they're doing and feel comfortable with that, they do start to look sideways. And by that I mean they start to help out the person next to them. You just check the person next to you, make sure that they're okay. Are they feeling a bit lost in the game? Have they been a bit quiet? You know what I mean? As coaches, we're up and down that line and we're helping out and we're doing everything that we can, but to have players like that have struggled themselves, who, if you think about it, some of these players at Leigh Centurions now here that coach with me and play with me, you know, didn't really engage in any physical activity or socially. It was quite withdrawn and a lot of anxiety. See, because obviously you know about my disabilities, but my field of work is working with disabilities and people from young children, you know, to teenagers to adults. And whether you're born with a disability or it comes through, you know, an accident or, you know, it develops in time. You know what I mean? I was totally fine until, you know, my sight just turned off, you know, mid-30s, so it can happen at any time. But there's something else that comes with that. It's not just the imposed physical limitations, because I say imposed because obviously this is the game that we're in, that we're removing all those. There is no physical limitations other than, I always say it's a bad attitude that would stop people doing something, whether that's from an outside source, coaches, clubs, things like that, stopping people taking part, stopping people doing things. And that, you know, that gets in your head and you don't try anything, you don't do it. And that's a shame. But, you know, from all that kind of stuff and living with that disability, whether you suffer with it or you struggle with it or not, or it's a livable one, you know, I can't say anything out of this eye, but I'm alright. You know, yeah, I'm autistic too, but I'm okay. I'm healthy-ish. You know, I can get myself fit if I wanted to. Fitter. I can walk, I can talk, and, you know, even though I do struggle to communicate, these type of things help me a lot. Because I'm not talking to anybody, I'm talking to myself here now, looking at, you know, my phone. So everything that's in my head is just coming out, and it's a great kind of therapy for me. But the point I'm making is these disabilities, whether they live with, you know, struggles or whatever, that's a physical thing. But mentally, you know, there's a lot of depression that can creep in and anxiety that comes with being withdrawn. You know, being in the house, not being able to get out and get active, not being able to socialise and make friends and going out and enjoy the stuff that you love to do. Case studies, you know, could be taken from any club, but, you know, you have somebody that's been in, you know, housebound kind of like that because of the fear of trying something and failing or not wanting to, you know, put themselves out there. To me, it's quite upsetting that people do that and feel that, and I'm under no illusions that there are many people out there still like that. You know, when it gets to me, sometimes I get like that. Sometimes that there's whole weekends, you know, whole 2, 3, 4 days that, you know, I don't even leave the house, and that's just something that everybody needs to work on. But if you can facilitate and supply and arrange, you know, an atmosphere, a place like this that's open and free, and you've got people that understand, people that want to understand, you've got like-minded people, you've got people with different disabilities, you can come and try and fail in confidence, if that makes sense. You can come and make those mistakes. So what? Everybody does. Everybody drops a ball. We just pick it up and carry on. And there's loads of things you can link to life there. You know, if anything happens, you know, you fumble, you drop the ball, you got to get yourself up, you got to carry on. Of course, yeah, we know that, but it's good to be able to use a sport. It's a fantastic vehicle for all this kind of stuff. You know, mental health, mental well-being, mental fitness. And everybody struggles with it. Happiest person in the world will have something in there that's just not quite how they want it. And it's how you deal with that. And I will hold my hand up 100% and say I've struggled with my mental health. I've suffered with depression for as long as I can remember. From being a little boy, I can remember. And it's never gone. It's never left me, and I'm under no illusions that it will ever leave me. But can I manage it? Can I live with it? You know what I mean? Can I carry on and be productive and do things for myself, you know, and for others? Whilst there's something in my ear telling me that I'm not good enough, that I shouldn't even get out of bed, that I should, you know, people would be better off without me being around. And that can be quite shocking to reveal that to people, but I'm not the only one. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people waking up every morning, opening their eyes and thinking, oh, again? Got to do all this again? And I know in the back of my head somewhere, I know that's a waste of life and it's a waste of being here. You know, I have people around me that want to embrace life and, you know, come out with this stuff, you know, that we're not here forever and, you know, we're not getting any younger and there's no time to waste and stuff. And I get it, I do get it, but it can be very debilitating. It can stop me in your tracks. And I've lost time. I've lost years and years and years because of it. I've lost people. I've lost relationships. I've lost jobs. I've lost a lot of things because of very poor mental health and not wanting to deal with it. And that's the key. That's the kicker. Not wanting to hide away from it, from dealing with it, and going back onto track and back on the point that we have these guys and girls turning up. It gets them out of the house. They're making friends. They're making teammates. You know, we're doing stuff together. We're taking them, you know, playing showcases, and you know, we're playing festivals for the Learning Disability Super League. And as I mentioned before, we played at Good Friday at Widnes in front of a decent crowd there. But last Monday, first team at Leigh played Featherstone at Leigh Sports Village, having beat them in the cup final. Big game, very big game. Featherstone brought a few fans, not a great amount, but they were there. They were loud. The presence was felt. Let's say that. But at half time, ourselves, Leigh Centurions Learning Disability Super League team, went on the pitch. We invited our friends from Salford Red Devils, the Learning Disability Super League team. We went on the pitch and we played at half time in front of the crowd, in front of over 4,200, I think it was, people. Now if your confidence hasn't grown in the months and months leading up to that, that's going to be a big thing, isn't it? Stepping out with over 4,000 people and playing rugby in front of them, putting yourself out there like I was saying before. And they did, my team did, and absolutely fantastic. If you've seen the videos, or you've seen the pictures that were taken, I'll upload some of the little videos. But Gareth, one of our star men, very first player that we had last year, he broke through at the very end just as we were wrapping up, run straight over our try line that we laid out on the pitch like we do here with the cones and such, and straight past, headed straight for the try line, straight for the sticks right in front of the north stand, slapped the ball down, put his arm up. the whole stand just absolutely exploded. It was fantastic. You know, the game was on Premier Sports, and even the commentators were saying it's the loudest cheer of the night. You know, the disability team playing at half time. Wow, absolutely fantastic. But just to wrap this up, the main point of all the tangents I seem to dart off on sometimes is why we're here. Why are we here? Nobody knows why we're here. But we have to fill our time with things that are meaningful and not just for ourselves. And I've been guilty, been quite selfish over the years, and selfish in relationships, you know, in a lot of things, wanting stuff for myself and maybe not thinking of others second or even third. Not a bad person, try and do as much good as I can, but there's a lot of autism wrapped in that I didn't know about at the time. I was undiagnosed, but there was a lot of panic, a lot of stuff that changed late, and I didn't know how to deal with it. All stupid stuff, not knowing what clothes to wear, not knowing what food to eat, not knowing what words to say. All this stuff kind of came a bit clearer once I got diagnosed, but still here, still me, but it's part of me. It's part of me now. And as I keep saying, to wrap things up, we're here to make the best for ourselves and that little circle around us that we let in. Whether it's our children, our family, friends, colleagues, whatever it is. We decide that, don't we? We decide how big our circle is. The fact is that I'm very grateful that I've got this little circle of Learning Disability Super League players, and they've let me into their circles. And it's at the moment getting on with stuff. There's been a lot of big changes in my life, but I'm trying to get on with it. I'm trying to make the best out of whatever situations arise, and this is something that's quite literally, and take me very literally on this. This has been an absolute lifesaver. 100%. I absolutely love it. I look forward to training. I look forward to speaking to the players, you know, either on social media or over the phone. I love it because it's one place that no tiny amount of selfishness comes into it at all. This is not something I do for me completely. It's to help others, it's to help people feel better, be better, and by be better, I mean be a better version of themselves, be the best version of themselves that they can be, by allowing them these opportunities to play in front of big crowds, put the kit on, you know, walk around town and be recognised. I mean, just starting a team in a town like Leigh, the club 100% back it, 1,000,000%. It's been amazing. But the first team players love it, get involved. The fans have taken, you know, the team under the wing, and you know, it's another Leigh Centurions team. It's not just a side thing. The support, you know, they come and watch, they ask about it, they take photographs, they talk to the players, they make them feel special, they make them feel like the superstars that they are, and that's amazing. And that's why I'm here again. And it is life-saving to a lot of people. So disability rugby league, disability sport in general, but obviously rugby league is the field that I'm in, literally the field that I'm in. But puns aside, it's fantastic to get people out, try and overcome some of this anxiety and depression that comes with a lot of disabilities, the mental side attached to it. And it's medically proven now that engaging in exercise through the week, 2 hours, if it's physical exercise, the social aspects that come with it. For a lot of conditions and a lot of disabilities, that can prolong your life. Wow, why wouldn't people do that? But not why wouldn't people do that. I want more people from all over the country, in every little town, wherever there's a team. It doesn't have to be a Super League team or a Championship team. It could be a community team, a community club. It doesn't even have to be rugby league, rugby union, basketball, cricket, whatever sport you're into. There are a section of your community, the disabled community, that want to play sport, that want to be involved in something that's theirs, that's something that's special, that's something that people can't tell them to stop, not do because of a disability. They're doing it because they have. So if you've got that opportunity and that chance to do it, please do. It'll make your life better, 100%. But think about all the people's lives that you'll improve. You'll make longer, better quality of life, the experiences that you'll have to go taking them on that ride. This is very new, Leigh Centurions disability teams. Like I said, we've only just concentrated on learning disability. We've got more teams to come, but our ride has just started, and already it's absolutely fantastic. Cannot wait for the future, whatever that holds. And for once, I don't mind waiting, because it's for somebody else. Thanks for listening. When something else is bubbling in my head and it's there, I'll try and get it back out again onto another video. It's still more grey. It's getting greyer and greyer every time I record, but thank you very much for listening. I'll see you again soon. Take it easy.